Okay, let's start here. We need to begin today with a guy named Simon Sinek. He has a famous TED Talk that's all about the 3 levels of doing. So there's what we do. I'm a drummer, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a songwriter. Then there's how we do it. So as a songwriter, I wake up every day, I study poetry, I meditate, I listen to songs. But most importantly, there's why we do what we do. And your personal why is always the most important. For example, Apple states their personal why as a company like this. Everything we do, we challenge the status quo. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully stylish and user-friendly. Now, me personally, Willie, my personal why is this: to live a life of extreme kindness, radical inclusivity, and incomparable creativity at the highest quality. So, no artistic venture is ever singular. What we do and how we do it always informs why we do it. Today's lesson, entitled Communicating with the Rhythm Section. Now, that's a how we do something. It's not a why and it's not a what, it's a how. So again, communicating the ideas to our rhythm section is a how technique. So, when you leave here today, the learning outcome will be a stronger understanding of how to communicate with a rhythm section to get what you want musically. Today's chosen topic, the rhythm section. So, we're going to talk about all things drums, bass, guitar, keys, and we're going to discuss their function, their job, and their possibilities. But before we do that, briefly, we must examine and define the larger macro process of artistic creation. Then and only then can we grasp how a rhythm section fits into that. Okay, so here's the 3-step process of artistic creation. Number 1, we get some kind of cool bout of inspiration, meaning you think of a cool lyric or a song idea, right? And then we're excited to make that come to fruition. Number 2, we prepare for said inspiration, as in we create a lead sheet or maybe we lay down a demo. Number 3, and most importantly, now we're actually creating. We're in a session. And it's important to realize that while you are the creator of the actual work, meaning the piece or the song, you are not the creator of the moment. The collective, the musicians in the room, are the creator of the entire moment. This means that the very most important thing that we're going to be doing in the entire process is communicating with the collective people about what we want. In essence, they're creating on our behalf. So we communicate clearly, and it makes it easier for them. When we communicate well, the vision is realized. And when we communicate clearly, team morale stays high. When we communicate super well, we create an environment that's conducive to musicians taking chances. And when we communicate clearly, we have now ushered into the world beauty. So again, our 3-step process: 1, we birth an idea; 2, preparation to execute the idea; and 3, the actual execution of the idea with crystal clear communication. Are we seeing a theme here? So crystal clear communication means we speak their language. So for example, if you're not a drummer and you don't know the difference between a busier groove and maybe a busier left hand, you're not going to get what you want. If we're dealing with a guitar player and we don't know the difference between, let's say, muted picking and strumming, we're not going to get the desired result, guaranteed. And whose responsibility is that? It's our responsibility. So, making that dream come to fruition, it's all about communication, clear as day communication. Okay, now let's dive into what each instrument's role is and the most common things that we might be asking of each of those instruments. So, take notes. You can write on the handouts that I've given you. Get involved. And once again, today's learning outcome must be a stronger understanding of how to communicate what you want musically with a rhythm section. And if you don't remember anything else from today's lesson, please remember this: our art is precious. So how well we communicate determines how well our product is shaped from its origin. Let me repeat that because it's so important. Our art is extremely precious. So how well we communicate our musical desires determines how well our product is shaped. Let's move on.